Let's
Good
go, y'all.
morning, morning.
On time.
Good morning. Good
Yes,
morning.
let's go. Let's go. Let's
Yes.
go.
Morning.
Let's go, y'all. Wake up,
Great
wake up.
Monday.
Yes,
Good to see
family.
y'all.
Let's get it.
Activate,
Let's get
In
it.
activate,
the building.
activate.
We in the
Let's
building.
go,
We in the
y'all.
building. What up? What up?
Go.
Great. Look, again, Kings, don't y'all dare stop showing up the way that y'all are at this moment. King Devin, I see you. If you are able to turn your cameras on, please do. Sunshine Sundays. Who was there? Who was in the room? I see that King Fredgy smiling. Tell me about it. Tell me real quick, 30 seconds. How was that for you last night, King Fredgy?
It was great last night, knowing that I was the only one feeling how I was feeling, and I didn't have to speak. And when Devin and the others spoke, we are like it's like felt as one. Like it felt family oriented, and I know, like everybody in here, we got each other back. So we got to we got to be more transparent with each other so we can grow like as a family together. We all can help each other grow. So that's what I got from that last night.
Absolutely, because you don't know whether or not you in the room with your next business partner, right? But the only way we're gonna know who we need to be connecting with is when we really start opening up and sharing. And so this is about that accountability. And so I'm not sure where the rest of y'all are at, but make sure that you take full advantage of everything that this mentorship is providing for you. Don't skip a day. We don't skip any days, coaches. Let them know, please. We don't skip steps. We don't skip days. Listen, we are here to get active. Absolutely must be active. King, thank you for showing up for yourself first and foremost. Anybody else, tell us how this week is going. How has this first week been for you? How has the clarity challenge been? How has anything been? Queen Samoa, our clarity coach. You want to holler at them people about some clarity as we know how they've been doing?
Yes. So Reggie was just talking about it felt good to be able to be present to that he wasn't alone in this. And our presence is required. I was thinking, I woke up this morning and I was like, our intentions is something that we have to set, right? Because how many times in our lives are we not present, like present in the moment? Like my daughter is talking to me and she's like, Mom, are you hearing me? Mom, do you hear me? Mom, are you present? What did I just say? And I'm like, I missed the whole damn thing. I miss what she said. How many times in our lives are we not present? Like, are we missing money? Are we missing a relationship? Are we missing all of these things that are coming past us because we're not present in our moment? So for me, I have to set an intention to be present in my life, to be the star of my own movie, because that's the only way this thing is going to work if I'm here with myself before I can be here with anybody else. That's what I'm thinking. That's what he got me on this morning. Like present, you're not alone, but you got to be there for yourself first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all show some love in the chat for King Fredgy. I need y'all to show some love in the chat for your clarity coach. Like, I need y'all to understand that we must always, always, always not just be fully present, but don't come in a room like wonk, 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 wonk. We need that high energy. Show up for yourself as if you are already who you are looking to be. If you are a multi-millionaire, when you walk in a room, everybody should feel you. Do you understand? Come in with that high energy all day, every day. And there's only one person that I believe in this room that's going to sit up here and talk to you about that high energy. Where's our energy coach at? Where you at, Queen? How you feeling today?
I'm here. Hi, how's it going? I am feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy everybody that continuously chose themselves to be here. I'm grateful for clarity. I'm grateful for the sun that's shining. I'm grateful for the relationships that are being built, because it all just takes us to choose ourselves every single day. Exactly what Tamoa just brought up, knowing like, yo, like you have to really be conscious of what you're doing, but you also have to make a choice first
to be conscious. And that's where I usually get my energy from. So just making the best choices and constantly asking for discernment, you're in the right place to do so, because the reassurance will just pop up. You don't even have to ask for it, right? Whether that's your accountability partner, whether that's your coach, whether that's your mentor, you're just going to get the reassurance you need because you made a choice to be in a platform, be in an environment that's only going to accelerate your growth as long as you choose to allow it to grow, right? As long as you choose to allow your clarity to fill you, right? Because there's no way we're going to be able to give ourselves grace if we can't even clear our space, right? And we're going to get into that a little bit later today, but it's just so important to realize the rooms and the environments that we are in and put the energy behind being clear on what it is we're holding ourselves accountable for, right? So I'm just excited. I'm always excited. I'm always ready to go. Monday is one of my favorite days just because the general pop, which is not us, right? The general pop don't really like Mondays. Well, I love Mondays, right? So I'm excited to see where this takes us and really, really tune in to the energy behind all the actions that we are not only getting through information, but we actually moving on, right? We actually doing the work on. Like, it's real cute to get a nice, cute notebook, but what are we doing with the notes in the notebook, right? How are we executing? What are we really, really putting in front of us to really get to the next level? So I'm excited to see everyone more, and I'm excited to tap in with y'all in the work group sessions this week. So just know that we are here to help you get the work done. That's my energy, always.
I absolutely love it. Y'all better show some love in that chat. Put some green batteries in the chat for your energy coach. And when she talked about those notes in the notebook, the first thing that popped into my head, y'all know I'm a little bit different, was, are you a note taker or a note faker? Like, that was the very first thing that popped into my head. It's like, because we put in these notes in there, but if all they doing is collecting dust, then that's note faking. That ain't note taking. Like, you just writing to be writing. And in this community right here, we have no time to be faking anything. Absolutely nothing. It's all about being intentional. It's all about staying focused. It's all about showing up. It's all about being present. And then you know what else it's about? Connections. It's truly about connections. Understanding that showing up in the room is just one part of it, but we have to not just show up in a room, but we have to be fully present and allow ourselves to be transparent. And you have a safe space inside of this community to do that with. And until we all start being participants in our own life, how will you know whether or not that person that you are in the room with can be your partner? Because you're lacking something somewhere. But the person in the room next to you may have exactly what you need to complete this process. But we have to be fully transparent. We have to show up. And there's only one person in this room that I know that could talk to you about building on connections and relationships. And so at this time, y'all should know who be coming to the front. Who is on those workday sessions at 1 p.m.? It's the one and only, our absolute love in the family, that Queen Moya. Come on and max out, love. Come talk to the people, Queen.
Blessed good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, absolutely. We definitely have to tap into our own energy, and be clear on exactly what we want in our lives, so that's just how I look at life. I just try to be intentional, especially now. Like, this is going into fourth quarter. So we got to tap in to what we have going on right now and just finish off the year on a strong note, because this is it. Like, look at it as this is your only opportunity. And because really, this is our only opportunity, just to get to the next level. So definitely just tap into what's going on in this community, because in this community, everything is here. Lean on the partnerships that you're building right now, just so that you can finish off this fourth quarter strong. All right, back to you, Queen Sunny.
I appreciate you, Queen. Y'all better show some love in the chat for the Queen Moya. Put them airplanes or some palm trees in there, because this is definitely our trip specialist. If you need anything when it comes to traveling, make sure you hit up the Queen Moya. And so listen, y'all, you have heard about every aspect of everything that you need in order to sit up there and help you get to your next level. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's what time? 8:43 in the morning. And as I look down here, the participation in this room is not where it needs to be. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I am not so much disappointed. I'm saddened by the fact that people don't realize that they need this more than they need anything else. And for me, it's like almost watching people hustle backwards, because you're going to watch the room be so full. And that's why I want to commend every single last one of you that are in the room right now. You're going to watch the classes be so full at night, and they seem to think that they don't need to be present for these accountability calls. But without the self-check, without the accountability, where are you really going? Like, where are you really going? It's almost like being on a hamster wheel. Like literally, you're running in place, going nowhere fast, because you're not doing the hardest work, but the most important work, the self-work, that mindset work. And on that note, listen, again, everybody that's in here right now, you truly understand that you need to be in this room, and you're going to be the ones that's going to excel at such an accelerated rate. I absolutely love the fact that y'all are showing up for yourselves, and don't you dare stop. Don't you dare stop. We are not pumping on the brakes. We are only pressing on the gas, because like the Queen Moya said, Q4 is here. Like, it is here. And in this mentorship, in this community, I need you to understand that, like the beginning of the year, we start off on go. But as you understand the family and the community that you're in, we are on go till the very last day. However, when Q4 get here, everybody turns up, because anything that did not go the way you may have wanted it to, or the things that you did not accomplish in Q1, 2, and 3, it's time to make that happen right now. I need you to put right now in the chat. Right now. The time is always now. It's not a little bit later. It wasn't yesterday. The time is always now. It's always right now. And on that note, I need y'all to understand, gear up, armor up, put on the armor that you need to suit up for what's about to happen. Life is going to do what it does, and it's going to come at you however it needs to, but you're in the right room to have the proper mindset to make sure that you get everything that you want. And on that note, I need everybody to start dropping that word mindset in the chat. Put that word mindset in the chat. Just keep putting it in there. Just keep dropping that mindset in the chat, because I need you to understand that inside of this community, there's only one. I promise you, only one that could sit up here and pour into us the way that they do. We talking about best-selling author. We talking about co-founder of the Mailbox Millionaire Academy. We talking about founder of the Luhv Plus app. Like, what are we talking about? Nobody on this planet that I've met thus far does it like this king. And so again, I'm not sure what you actually call him. You know, I think right now I'm feeling like a two-comma crew kind of like morning this morning. I think that's where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like he's our King two-comma crew right now. And so I need you to understand, I need everybody to come off mute, because the way that this man has actually sat up here and poured into us and got us, like, from the seats that you're in right now to being on this screen right here. I need you to understand, we are all individuals and we come with our talents, but that king sees the potential in you before you see it in yourself, and places you and positions you where you need to be to take your life to the next level. I need everybody to come off mute at this time, everybody, and pour all the love, all the energy into our mindset mogul, that two-comma crew, baby. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. I need
Let's
to.
go. Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's go,
Let's
family. Let's get it.
Comma crew,
go.
comma crew.
Come through, King. Come
Bring him
through,
up, bring him
King.
up, bring him up, bring him up.
Bring
Yes,
that
come through, King.
mindset. Let's go,
Where you
King.
at, King?
Where you
How
at?
we become more effective in less time. Let's go.
What?
Yes.
That link was dropped last night, and that's Sunshine Sundays, baby. They know to get that book. Let's go. Where is that? That's that. Oh, that. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
bring me up. It's okay. Bring me up here.
Oh, okay.
Look,
All right.
I want to say today's a good day for a great day. Somebody drop in the chat. Today's a good day for a great day. If you feel like how I feel and you realize today is a good day for a great day, I want you to put it in the chat. Look, you could be anywhere but your head. I want to snap it up. I want to clap it up for you. Let me see who is on. Let me see who is in the building. Because we always want to shout you out. There's a reason why we shout you out. We want you to hear your name being called. Right? We want you to see yourself as the greatest person that you are. As the what? Drop it in the chat, MVP. Right? So shout out to the team. Thank you, Sunshine. We appreciate you, Goddess, for coming up here and opening up the call. Shout out to Moa, Jasmine. So can we send some love in the chat for the team? What's up, Keith? I see you. Keith's been on the call dedicated, but I want to hear more from you, Keith. Yes, I'm going to challenge you. Yeah, you might not like me, but that's not why I'm here. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here for you to like you. That's what I'm here for, okay? Jerry, shout out to Jerry. What's up, Jerry? How you feeling today? Rudy, I really like and I'm proud of you for stepping up and sharing and being authentic. That's why Sunshine keeps calling this out, because from time to time, from class to class, program to program, we've seen that it's the women that show up, right? And the guys are just on the back end, just kind of just post it up. Y'all know how we used to do it. Just post it up. No more. It's no more posted up time. It's time for you to stand up and shine your light. It's time for you to be that shining star. It's time for you to get what you truly deserve. Somebody put in the chat, I'm getting what I deserve. Shout out to Reginald. What's up, Reginald? What's up, Reginald? You ain't shooting no blanks, though. You ain't shooting no blanks, though. Everything you shooting is swift, okay? Money. Shout out to Marshall. What's up, Marshall? What's going on? What's up, Devin? Devin is always coming through. So shout out to Devin. Vicky, you be showing up. I do want to hear more from you. I know you be at work and doing other things, but I want to hear more from you. And just there's other people that probably want to hear more from you, right? So just keep that in mind too. Hold up, let me adjust this camera, yo. All right. Who else we got in the building? Who else we got? We got Anna. Shout out to Anna. Team No Sleep. You already know the vibes. Monique, what's going on? Wanda, what's going on? How we feeling? How we feeling? So I want to get y'all present to why you're here. In fact, I want you to tell me real fast. Why are you here? And not just in this class, but why did you decide to take a chance on you and get inside of this community, this mentorship? Why? I would love to know. I really would. Somebody said they want to defy the odds. What else? Somebody said freedom. What else? Want to change your life. What else? There's all sorts of reasons, right? Let's be honest here. There's all sorts of reasons, right? I know. There's all sorts of reasons. You want to leave a legacy for your family, your kids, right? Okay, I understand that. I totally do. If you resonate with the comments that are being dropped, I want you to drop the word love in the chat. If you resonate with the comments that are being dropped, I want you to drop the word love in the chat. Because it's not just one reason why you're here, right? There's multiple facets, multiple reasons. But I really would love for you to actually look at it and maybe look inward and see exactly where did you say that you wanted to have your transformation. Because some of us want transformation when it comes to finances. Some of us want transformation when it comes to relationships. The truth of the matter is, we want transformation in all the areas that we can get it in. Am I making this up? Let me know. At any moment, can I take us to the church for entrepreneurs? At any moment, can I take us to the mosque for the moguls? At any moment, can I take us to the place? I'm talking about the temple for the triumphant. I'm talking about the kingdom hall for the kings and queens. Can I do it? Because I really want to put you in the game. I want to put you in the game. Let me show y'all a book that I'm reading real quick. Let me grab this. Right? This book is about making offers, right? This book is about making offers, okay? It's about making offers. But there's something in here that stood out to me. Let me just read a little bit of it, right? One of the parts that stood out to me is this: convergent versus divergent thinking. Convergent versus divergent thinking. Right? In simple terms, convergent problem solving is where you take lots of variables, all the known, with unchanging conditions and converge on a singular answer. So think about math. 1 + 1 equals, you're going to get one answer out of that. 1 + 1 equals what? It's not going to be multiple answers. 1 + 1 equals, this elementary math right here. All right, 2. So I want y'all to think math, right? Here's an example. If you have 3 salespeople who can each take 100 calls per month each, it takes 4 calls to create 1 sale, including all of the no-shows, and you need to get 110 sales. How many salespeople must you hire? Answer the question. I'll speed it up so that way you don't have to worry about doing so much math, right? Here's the information. 1 salesperson, 100 calls, 4 calls, 1 close. So you need 100 calls to get 4 calls per close, right? So basically, that's 25 closes per 100 call. So 25 closes per sales rep. So the goal is to get 110 sales. So you need 25 sales per rep. So that means you need 4.4 sales reps, right? This is just literally math. All that is breaking down math. But how many of us have actually looked at our businesses and said, let me do some math? How many of us actually looked at our habits and said, let me just do some math? How many of us looked at our relationships and said, let me just do some math? And when it comes to relationships, it's really easy, right? Negativity plus negativity equals what? Negativity plus negativity equals what? Let me know in the chat. So here's the thought, right? Here's the thought. So convergent versus divergent. So math problems are convergent. There are lots of variables in one single answer. And we're taught this all of our lives. Where are we taught this at primarily? Let us know in the chat. Where are we taught this primarily? Where are we taught that this singular answer? That there's one way to do things? School, right? Why do you think that? Why do you think that we're taught that way? I know some of y'all are like, damn, what does this have to do with making $1 million? What does this have to do with finding commercial real estate that will be profitable? What does this have to do with buying a business? Well, you'll find out. So we've been taught this way because it's easy to grade, right? So, but in your life, think about it this way. In your life, you would pay for the ability. Well, let me read that back. Life will pay you for the ability to solve problems using a divergent or convergent. Which one? Which process? Divergent or convergent? Which one? So divergent is being able to create solutions out of every single thing. And guess what? You already do that. How many of you got the house where you got to put the air conditioning in the window? How many of you grew up in a house where you got to put the air conditioning in the window? Okay, what did you use to hold up the air conditioner? Because you know that back just be leaning. The back just be leaning all out the window. You be like, damn, this thing gonna fall out the window. What did you use to support the thing? Like, let me know. Let me know, because I know I was at my grandmother's house and we used a brick. Where did we even find a brick at? I don't even know where we found a brick at. But we found something to prop up the thing, right? What about when your kids were bored and you go in their room and because you hear all this jumping and thumping, and they done created a basketball hoop from what? Let me know. Let me just show y'all. Most of us grew up in this era. I know. What did you have? What your kids create a basketball hoop out of? In fact, you probably created it for them. Like, they're like, Daddy, Mommy, take us to get a hoop. Nah, you're going to use this hanger right here, okay? And you're going to take these socks, and you're going to ball these socks up, and it's going to be your basketball. Okay, so you already knew about divergent problem solving. See, but when we get into our own lives, we only think that it's only a convergent option. Go to work, go to school, work 40 hours, put my money into a 401k. Am I making this up or does it sound familiar? Right? So So many people think that solutions, there's just like one solution, right? It's multiple solutions. Somebody put multiple in the chat. So once again, here we hear the words of math coming up. Math, right? Multiplication. We want to be able to multiply. See, multiplication is just addition, right? Am I making this up? Is multiplication just addition? But it's what? What type of addition is it? What type of addition is it? And we're getting to a point here, y'all. Don't worry. See, not only do convergent way of thinking or answers are binary, right? It's not even right or wrong. It's not right or wrong. It's more about workable and non-workable. Is working 40 hours a week. So once again, when we're talking about you having a job, we're not saying a job is a crime. We're not saying quit your job. But what we are saying is this, that's one way. It doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. But is it workable? Is working 40 hours a week workable for you? Is working 40 years of your life just to live 15 freely when you're not even living it freely, because by the time you get your pension, it's half of what you were making anyway, and then the cost of goods and services and everything else that skyrocketed up anyway. How do I know that? Well, it's very evident. If you listen to your parents or your grandparents, what do they used to say? Oh, that used to cost X, Y, and Z, right? I remember my grandmother told me a Hershey chocolate bar was a penny. At the time that I was talking about it, it was $1. But she said it was a penny. So you mean to tell me that the value of our dollar today is actually a penny? Uh-oh. Mr. Brooklyn Business. Uh-oh. Don't let me call Mr. Brooklyn Business in, because y'all got your money in your banks right now, right? So I want you to understand something, right? Somebody said they remember when a gallon of gas was 89 cents. I remember that. I remember it so well that they used to fight. It used to be a gas station across the street from each other, 2 gas stations, and one would be 88 cents and the other one would be 89 cents. And the gas station with the 88 cents will have what? Let me know, just so we can prove that everybody understands what we're talking about here. The gas station with the 88 cents, 1 cent difference will have what? More people, more traffic. Absolutely. But let me get back into this real quick. So it's not about right or wrong. It's about workable and non-workable. So with divergent thinking, you can have multiple right answers. And then sometimes you can have one answer that's way more right than others. Just understand that. That just is what it is. But it's not about it being right. It's about it being workable. So you may be great at deal evaluation. Deal evaluation may be great for you, but somebody else may be great at orchestrating the deal or getting the motivation out of the seller. So by default, that means you have a skill, other person have a skill. Your weakness may be somebody else's strength and vice versa. But what happens if you come together? What happens if you come together? So with divergent thinking, you got multiple variables. You got dynamic conditions. You got multiple answers. So I just want to do an exercise with y'all real fast. And inside the book, it had an exercise inside this book. And it was called the brick exercise. It's called the brick exercise. So I'm going to be done reading that. What are some solutions that the brick can provide? Let's put some time on the clock real quick. Put some time on the clock. And then I'm gonna go and share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna give you a breakdown on something that you probably didn't think of that's gonna help you out a lot. How many ways can you use the brick? What's the solution for the brick? I already gave y'all one. Holding up the air conditioner. What else could a brick be used for? Build a wall. What else could a brick be used for? Strength and stability of what though? What else could a brick be used for? Steps. All right, what else could a brick be used for? Starting your foundation. Exactly. What else? Making a border. Yes. Well, you've been watching CNN, I guess. Yeah, you've been watching CNN. I know what you want today. A weight, holding something down. Exactly. What else? What else? So in actuality, right, we've all been using divergent tactics, especially if you come from melanated communities, because we're known to be inventors. We're known, it's in your nature. It's not ghetto. Don't let people fool you. It's ingenuity. Somebody, look, y'all get me started up in here. I got to take this off. Y'all get me started there because guess what? You don't even know how smart you are. You don't even know how intelligent you are. You already have been intelligent. You already have been this inventor. You already have been this person that can create anything out of anything. People sell things that already exist for free. I don't know how they do it, but if they could, they probably would sell you air. I don't. What they do already? They make you pay for everything just to live. They make you pay for everything just to live. They already sell you air, but you don't think because they use divergent tactics on you. They use divergent. They're not going to charge you outright for the air. They're going to charge you for everything in the air. Okay, and then that's what you pay for. So once again, you have already been doing this, but when it comes to you getting what you want, that's when the divergent practices stop, right? Let me know. Let me know that you got the answers for everybody. But when it comes to you, you don't have your own answers. Let me know. I don't know. Let me know. I don't want to assume because I don't want to, make the blankety blank out of me, okay? So let me know. I don't want to assume, so let me know. When it comes to other people, you are so divergent in your thinking. You're resourceful. Yeah, you smart. But when it comes to you, that's when things change. You feel like I'm stuck. I don't know which way to go. Well, guess what? I'm here to help you with that. Real quick, and I know some of y'all, you probably don't know my background a little bit, and it doesn't matter. I can't assume that you do. I just still have to share this. So, being one of the first persons who jumped off the porch, being one of the first people who jumped into leaving a plantation in the family, right? I know my brother Mello, he was, Ramel rather. He was a little nervous. He's like, yo, bro, I know you got 6 months of your reserves, right? Like, yeah, I got that. He said, yo, you got a plan, right? Yeah, I got that. So he's just making sure that before you leave, you better make sure you got these things going because ain't no turning back. Now, I told him, I said, bro, this is it. We have no choice but to go, and we have no choice but to make this move. This was also divergent thinking. It sounds like it's convergent, but it's also divergent. Why? Why is this thinking also divergent? Can somebody get an answer in the chat real quick? Can somebody answer in the chat, please? Me saying that, okay, I'm going to leave my job. I was doing graphics for Netflix and Roku, and I also did sales, right? And for me to leave all of that and to jump into something brand new or something that was just working for me, which was entrepreneurship. I was doing Airbnbs, and I was doing hospitality services, and I was doing recording. I was recording people with music. I also had videography. So I already had all the things that I needed working for, multiple streams of income coming from me already. Now, the thing, like I said, divergent thinking was, you know what? If I actually be committed to this, I can be successful. So I want to share my screen because some of us don't understand why we're here. So let me go in and log in real quick. I want to share my screen with you. And I want to show you why you're here, but I also want to break down credibility to you. Clarity is very important. Somebody dropped the word clarity in the chat. So it's important. It's important. My bad, brother. I just signed you out. Hold up. I signed him out. All right. So clarity is very important. Here's why clarity is very important. Because if you're not clear, you won't be able to see what you have in front of you. Wait a minute, that might not sound like a bar at first, but if you're not clear, you won't be able to see what's in front of you. So for example, how many of us missed opportunities? How many of us missed opportunities? Let me know in the chat. I know I have missed a lot of opportunities. I was afraid to take risks, but not that moment. In 2019, when I said, you know what, this was in May, I said, I'm leaving for sure at the end of this month. May 31st, my last day at the corporate world. I went outside, did a photo and video shoot. This was in Brooklyn, New York. This was Sunset Park. This area was called I forgot the name of it right now, but it'll come right back to me. Industry City. Industry City was the name of this. And I went off and I went to go do my last photography, videography session from the job. Tell me why, while I'm shooting, there's a bunch of kids that walk by. I don't pay any mind to it. Kids. I'm shooting. And then something in my mind hit me. Oh, all of my equipment is down there. It's down the hill. It was just up a hill. Literally just 1 minute walk. 1 minute. Less than that. Just up a hill. Down a hill, up a hill. The bottom of the hill, on top of the hill. Less than a minute. And I said, oh, my stuff is down there. At first I said, I'm not worried about it. When the kids walk by, after they walk by, it hit me. Tell me why I went down there literally 2 minutes later, all of my stuff was gone. 2 cameras, 2 cell phones, clothes that I had in the bag for changing, in a wallet that had credit cards and those other stuff in it. Imagine leaving the last day of work. It's your last day. I'm done for the day. I go out, I get ready to shoot. I set up everything, got the tripod, got one of the cameras here, got my other 2 cameras down there in the back. Gone. Okay? Somebody drop leadership in the chat. Somebody drop accountability in the chat. I could have easily folded. I was thinking, damn, I got trackers on these devices, especially the phone. I looked up and I saw what the phone was. I'm like, damn, I could call the police. These are children though. Damn, I should teach these brats a lesson. Let me teach these little F is a lesson, okay? Let me teach them a lesson. And I said, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to do it. They can have it. Because now I'm going to give myself some more accountability because I should have been paying attention to my stuff. Now I'm going to give myself some accountability and I'm going to give myself leadership because I should have led better. I should have put myself in a better situation. And in fact, I need some more motivation because I just left my job. I just left my job. Okay? So what happened was I understood then the power of community. Because in that community I was with, we're doing film and stuff, I ended up getting another camera. It wasn't the camera that I'm used to. Y'all seen my camera when I pulled up to the golden carpet. You seen what I work with, right? So I'm talking about big, heavy machine. I'll show you, but I don't got time to do that. But the point I'm making, I don't play games when it comes to what I get, what I acquire, because I want the best of the best, top of the top. So I still use what I had to get to where I needed to be. Somebody dropped that in the chat. This is where we start to teach the lesson. Yes, everything else I told you was the preform, but I'm going to get to this lesson. We're going to be done in 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and we'll be good to go. All right? But let me share this screen. Use what you have to get to where you want to be. All right? Use what you have to get to where you want to be. This is the key. Please don't forget this. Why are you here? Why are you here? So the point of me mentioning why I left my corporate job, right, is because I wanted to create something different, something bigger. I felt like I was limited. I felt like I was capped. Somebody dropped the word cap in the chat. See, I was capped. I was salary capped. I was potentially capped. I was emotionally capped. I was capped. We need to stop the cap. Somebody put stop the cap in the chat. Who gonna come up with the shirts? Remember we used to always have a shirt for everything? Who gonna come up with the shirts now? We're gonna bring it back. Stop the cap. Somebody put stop the cap in the chat. So when you sit here and you tell me, you already know. I mean, I already got mindset. I already know I don't really need these accountability calls. Stop the cap, okay? Stop the cap. When you say, yeah, I already know what I need to do. I just need to get the funding and I'm gonna be good. Stop the cap, all right? I already know, all I'm doing, I'm just waiting on my credit to be repaired and then I'm gonna be able to be good because stop the cap, okay? Stop the cap. Let me put you on game while you're really here and why this is actually in your best favor. So when Ramel came to the idea, I was in California at this time. Well, before I went to California, but I was in California at this time. He said, bro, our real estate business is suffering. And then we got this business funding group. Bro, I'm caught in between and I got my child. Like, I need some assistance, bro. Can you just run the business funding group for me while I just take a couple months off? I said, bro, before you take a couple months off, we need to go through your finances. I need to make sure that you're actually doing what you need to do. I need to go through your schedule. He said, well, my wife gonna help me with my finances. But yeah, let's do the schedule. All right, cool. So we sat down, we did the schedule. Somebody dropped the word schedule in the chat. Somebody dropped the word schedule. The reason why I'm bringing up schedule is because schedule is synonymous with something that's on this board. What's on this board that's synonymous with schedule? Remember, divergent thinking, y'all. Divergent thinking. So you're working in real time right now. Divergent thinking. What's on this board right now that is synonymous with schedule? Ooh, somebody said accountability. Okay, what else? What else? What's on this board? What is on this board? That's it? We stuck right there? Okay, cool. This is where I gotta assist you. Discipline and consistency, which is accountability. So somebody already said accountability, but I just want to point this out. Discipline and consistency. Schedule. See, most of y'all don't stick to your schedule. Wait a minute, let me not assume. Let me just ask a straight question. How many of you, if you find yourself diverging off of your schedule, divergent off of your schedule, put a 2 in the chat. If you find yourself really sticking to your schedule, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to show you in real time that it's not just you. I want to show you in real time because I already know that most of the answer is going to be a 2. Why? Because I've been doing this line of work for 5 years professionally. I've been doing this for 15 years totally, but I've been doing this professionally for 5, getting paid to do services. All right. So if 5 is not that many years, I understand that. I'm just letting you know. All right. So discipline and consistency, but how many of you are actually being disciplined and consistent with your schedule? So whether you believe it or not, the fact that you're not disciplined and consistent with your schedule, what does it hurt your chances of? What does it hurt your chances of? What else is on this board? What does it hurt your chances of? It hurts your chances of accomplishing your goals. See, how many of us don't actually accomplish the goals we want, and we just don't even know why? I don't know why. Well, it's because we haven't been disciplined or consistent. Sticking to what? Drop it in the chat. Somebody's been staying on track, which is great. Sticking to what? We haven't been sticking to our schedule. See, when we don't accomplish our goal, we hinder what? If we don't accomplish our goals, we hinder what? If we don't accomplish our goals, we hinder what's possible. See, the past was meant for you to learn from. So everybody, we need to learn from our past. So yesterday you weren't consistent. 2 months ago you weren't consistent. You was inconsistent. You was doing all this other stuff. You was all over the place. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. Somebody put give grace in the chat. Give yourself grace. Okay, so if we don't accomplish our goals because we're not disciplined and we're not consistent, then we hinder what's actually possible. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because for the future, we see the vision. So the future is meant to see the vision, but the present is where all the possibilities are. Wait a minute, maybe I went too fast over that. What I said was this. I said that discipline and consistency is basically your schedule. And if you do not stick to your schedule, it hinders you from accomplishing your goals, which hinders what's possible, right? See, now think about what I said. If the present is what gives you what's possible, then this is why you aren't gifted with the things in the life that you truly want. Wait a minute, hold on. Mindset is not important. I know. What I'm saying to you, you already know. I know. Knowing means nothing. What I'm breaking down to you is a fundamental principle that most people skip over, which is why they're not successful. It's not the information, and I'll show you why. It's not the strategy, and I'll show you why. It's not the fact that you don't take risks. I'll show you why. So real quick, I want to make sure we're on the same page before I move forward because I'm going to start to move fast. If you do not accomplish if you're not disciplined and consistent, that stunts what? Your growth, right? It hinders you from accomplishing what? And if you don't accomplish your goals, you hinder what's possible. So, okay, what am I saying? I'm saying the past I meant to learn from, the future I meant to see, because that's the vision. Life doesn't go according to plan. I know that from the past. Life has never gone according to plan. I know that from the past. I have to learn from that. But what I'm saying is I see the future based upon my vision. I have to have a vision. Somebody drop vision in the chat. So with your vision, guess what? The only way you obtain your vision is if you stay disciplined and consistent, which means operating in the present. If you're sticking to your schedule, you are presently doing what you said that you would do for your future. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait 1 second. This boy going off. I told you I'm going to take you to the church for entrepreneurs, the mosque for the moguls. Listen to what I just said. This is a fundamental principle. Discipline and consistency equals accountability. Without accountability, nothing works. So if I'm not disciplined and consistent with following my schedule, I'm not going to accomplish my goals, and I will hinder or limit what's possible. Why? Because possibilities are in the present. So the past is meant to learn from. The future, you're meant to see the vision. You're meant to see. And the present is where the possibilities are. So when you operate in the present, you get gifted with things. Wait a minute. That's what I said. Are we clear on that now? We're clear, right? I think I don't need to go any further. So if you're not operating in the present, you're not taking care and doing what you said you was going to do with your schedule, you will hinder what's possible. So understand this now. If that's clear, put clear in the chat before we move forward, because I'll be getting ready to go fast. All right, cool. So your network equals your net worth. Your network equals your net worth. Why? Why is that? Why would your network equal your net worth? Well, here's why. We're going to go into the deep dive. So here's your group right here. Everybody who's in this group right here, here's your group. I know some of your group members are missing. Some of your group members can't make it. We understand that. We understand. But I want you to think about what's possible with your group. So right now in the chat, tell me what's possible with these individuals, this new family that you've obtained in this group. What's possible? What can y'all create together in the present moment? What can y'all create? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. If your net worth equals your net worth, what can y'all create? Strategic partners. But what else? Get deeper with the answers, right? Can you create? Can you end world hunger? Right? I want you to think bigger, larger, think deeper. Pause that for some of y'all. All right. Right. A successful business. So I want to put y'all on what happens. So inside of these accountability groups, right? And once again, Ramel had sat down with me. He told me, look, run the business funding program for me while I'm going. I'm, getting myself situated with my newborn. So we do that. This is in 2022. This is 2021. And we get ready we get all of that stuff together. And I realized something. We don't have a space to help people digest the information and work together. We just have a space for learning, which is dope. So I said, let's start putting groups together of like-minded individuals and then holding a space for them to not only share, but for them to release trauma and things that they're going through. So then we came up with Luhv Plus, right? So, all right, cool. He said, bro, that's your idea, so you got to run that, all right? I said, all right, cool. I'll run that. But you see, my role inside the Mailbox Millionaire Academy, inside this mentorship, is to create systems that work for us, systems that are seamless. So what could I add? So I said, all right, let's add a component that allows us to foster what we call an environment. Now, let me show you why. Y'all know about the 80-20 rule? So the 80-20 rule is 80% of your results are going to come from 20% of the work. So even if you got 10 employees, 80% of the work, the production, is going to come from 20% of the employees. Okay? 80% of that work is going to come from only 20%. So 80% of the work is going to come from only 2 employees. If you got 10 employees, 80% of the work is going to come from 2 employees. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. How many of y'all been a part of group projects and you ain't really do nothing, but you got the A just because you was part of it? Or you know somebody that was. So here's the idea, y'all. The idea is this. When you put people in an environment and you increase the amount of people that's in the environment, what you can do is you can increase the results. So imagine that out of these 10 people here, you got 2 people who show up as the best of the best, top of the top, really executing. Right? You got 2 people that show up as the best of the best, top of the top, really execute. Then you got a bunch of other people who just play the middle field and they just do random stuff. They hit or miss, they average, right? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. If you're average, put a 1 in the chat. Where you know that you ain't the best, but you give a good effort, right? And then you got the people who, yeah, I pay for the class, but damn, I'll never show up. Pay for the class, I do all of that, but hey, I don't see no results. It's the problem with a mentor. It's the mentor's fault, right? When you start looking at this exists in all groups, no matter what you want to think. It exists in all groups. It's just the law of averages, okay? It's always going to be a select few who are operating at the highest potential, and it's always going to be people who, yeah, I'm too busy. Yeah, I got a lot of things going on. I got all that going on. So it's color-coded. The people who are operating at the best of the best, top of the top is in green. But guess what? The people in yellow can also be in green, and the people who are in red can also be in yellow. This is how I decided, this is how I started creating a way to transform the community, and this is why we have one of the best communities ever possible, right? And maybe I'm making this up, but y'all can let me know if we got one of the best communities. So I understood that environment is important. Your environment is going to change you before you can change the environment. So guess what? If you plant a seed, right, into a land, like a landscape, just nothing but grass. If you just plant a seed, what's going to happen is the environment is going to transform that seed to grow into what? A tree. And then now that tree is going to produce other fruits and other things that can drop into the earth that now slowly but surely, that's when that seed starts to change the environment. Am I making sense? So the environment will change you before you change the environment. But guess what? As you grow, you start to change the environment. So that's the same principle. So as we grow and you see these players shining and winning, and we recognizing all of these players shining and winning, what do you think that happens in the mind of the people that's in the yellow? What do you think happens in the mind of people that's in red? So what happens is the yellow slowly becomes the green, and the red slowly becomes the yellow, because we're feeding off of an environment. So eventually what you will see is you will see a circle of winners. This is what we're not here yet, where everybody is operating at the highest level, but you can feel it coming. The goal is to get all of us to be the best of the best, top of the top, cream of the crop, winning at all levels. Okay? That's basically the goal here. Okay, that's the goal. But what at the very minimum, just being in this environment, just being here in this space is allowing you to 10x your results. It's allowing you to 10x your results, because guess what? Just by being around other like-minded individuals, just by being around an environment of people, what happens is you become like what? You become like what? So if you hang around 5 millionaires, so let's just say you got the Mogul brothers, you hanging around the 3 millionaires, then who do you become? If you hang around 3 millionaires, who do you become? Ah, there we go. So this is what starts to happen. What starts to happen is you might work with a couple people. They might be average individuals, right? If you're average and your other partners are average, you're gonna have what? Average company. But if you got the best of the best, and everybody in your circle, everybody on your team is elite, you're gonna have a successful company. 99% of successful businesses are created through strategic partnership. All right. So now, if you understand that, then you understand that, okay, cool, I need to work with somebody, but why not work with the best? Why not work with the best? Some of y'all are not some of you are not with social media, right? Some of you might say, I'm not the biggest fan of social media. How many of y'all say that? I'm not the biggest fan of social media. How many of y'all say I'm not the biggest fan of social media? Or I don't really know how to work social media. Oh, my numbers are not that great on social media. Right? That's because social media is it's so intricate. It has so many layers, so many different parts. But guess what? What if you worked with some people who are good at social media? Then you just become good at social media, right? But guess what? We said social media has all these different distractions. They got cat videos, they got relationships, they got fights, they got all these different things that's hurting you. Let's just make sure we got one place where nothing but the best of the best, entrepreneurs, career professionals, corporate leaders, they all can come together to create successful businesses, and most importantly, successful relationships and beautiful experiences. So this is all of you here. If you all are utilizing the same app, which is Luhv Plus that we use, what's going to happen is everything that you post is going to be curated for growth, right? So then everybody's just going to grow based upon the content that you put out and the content that you receive. So guess what? You're all winning, and at the same time, you're learning how to use social media. But guess what? The biggest thing is you've taken your pain and you turned it into your power. So if you're not that great on social media, this will give you the leverage. This is a space for you to practice being the best version of yourself. Let's say you got the pain of, you don't want to share your story. That's fine. But we want to make sure you are stepping outside of your comfort zone and taking action. Because the other sides of pain is what? There's two sides of pain. What's the other sides of pain? Regret or reward. So you can take action and you can be rewarded, or you could just sit inside your pain and feel regret. But what we want to do is we say we want to force the progress. So we help you create wins by doing what we call challenges on the app. How many of y'all taking the challenge on the app? Some of y'all taking the clarity challenge, right? Has it been working for you so far? And we get ready to wrap up. Has it been working for you so far or no? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Has it been working for you? Has it been working for you? So business is a sport. If you don't let people in your business, you're not going to make money. So you have to get outside of your comfort zone of not sharing your stories, right? You have to start sharing your story. You have to start getting clear on what it is that you want. You have to start being cleaner within your environment, right? So when we talk about it, business being a sport, you have to train. See, if you don't train, which is like practicing, if you don't participate, you're going to get average results. Okay? You don't participate, you're going to get average results. If you participate, you do the activities, you train, you take the challenges, you're going to have 2 times the results. So the choice is yours. Which one would you rather have? Which one would you rather have? So I want you to see yourself as the MVP, okay? The most valuable participant. Every single thing that we give you to do, just do it. Like when I used to work at the sales company, not only did they have me in sales, but they had me in charge of building company culture. This is how I started, right? So I started building company culture. Then I went on to this other platform during 2019, at the end of December 2019, and walked into COVID, but it was called Zap Life. It was cryptocurrency. And we worked with Jim Jones, DJ Envy, and a slew of other entrepreneurs and artists and musicians. And this was a great experience. But they had me in charge of company culture. Why? Because I started being able to build company culture. If you love the culture of this Mailbox Mania Academy, you're welcome. So what I'm telling you is not from theory. I'm telling you from practice. I'm telling you from practice. So I know exactly that this is going to work. But here's where we mess up at, y'all. Here's where we messed up at. When it comes to credibility, yes, I'm getting ready to close up in 3 minutes and I'm bringing sunshine up. When it comes to credibility, you have to remember, The quality of your life is in your credibility. Some of you are complaining about your credit or being stuck with your credit on paper, your credit profile. But what about your credibility? So what's 35% of your credit profile, your credit score? What's 35% of your score? What makes up 35% of your score? Come on, let's do some work real quick. I know y'all love this stuff. Let's do some work real quick. Payment history. Payment history. Payment history. Let me just do it a different way. Why would your payment history be important? Why would your payment history be important? Let me know in the chat. 35%, it's the most important number. 35%, why would it be important? Why would it be important? Why would your payment history be important? Because it's your character, right? Let me know in the chat if it's your character or not. Is your payment history your character? Because let me know, are you going to lend out $500 to your cousin who never pays you back? Are you going to lend out to $5,000 to your brother who says, yo, sis, I ain't forget about you though. You know, I ain't forget about you. 2 years done passed. Every time they see you, I ain't forget about you though. Let me know. It's your character. What about 30%? What's 30%? What's 30%? What's 30%? Utilization, right? Your utilization. Why would utilization be 30%? Like, why would it be so high? Why? Why would that be so important? In other words, why would that be so important? Management, right? Management, your management of it. What else? Discipline. What else? So I like management. But what else? What else could management be? Right? So, all right, let's continue to go. What's 15%? What's 15% of your credit profile? What's 15% of your credit profile? What's 15% of your credit profile? Nope. What's 15% of your credit profile? Age. Why would age be important? Hey, you got to be 21 or over to get into this place. You got to be 16 or over to drive, right? You 18 or over to be legal. Why is it important for age? What's the importance behind age? It's not history. It's slightly different from history. Aha. Maturity, right? I'm gonna write that down. Maturity. I like that. 10%. What's 10%? The mix. Right? You gotta have a good mix. Why do they want you to be? Why should you have a good mix? Why should you have a good mix? What's the importance of mixing? What's the importance? Versatility. What else? Something we always talk about. Relationship, right? Because if you got a good mix, you got a good relationship. Why? Because you have different products, so it's different relations. Okay, what's the last one? 10. 10. What's the last 10%? New, right? Your new cards or your new loans, your new things, right? Anything that's new. Why? Because they want to make sure, okay, you're not just going out and just applying for random things. Because if you do, we don't want to give you money because you just got too many new accounts open. All right, so that's important. But when it talk about your credibility to your lifestyle, right? So your mindset is your lifestyle inside out, right? So now when it comes to 35%, it's all about what? Your mindset. So this is about your credibility of your life. The reason, the way that you're going to get to where you want to be, this is the breakdown. So write this down. 35% is in the mindset. right? 35% is in the mindset. When you think about the mindset, what else comes to mind about the mindset? Like we said, character, right? What else comes to mind about the mindset? The way that you think, your perception. So your perception, the way that you perceive what's going on around you. If you are negative minded, you're going to have negative outcomes. But if you're like thinking in a way that will be more optimistic, you're going to have positive outcomes, right? If you're thinking pessimistic, you're going to have things not work out for you. So it's about the way that you see what's working for you. Are you the person that when it's time for you to call up motivated sellers, you're like, well, I already called up 3 and they all said no, nobody's gonna sell me their home. This is where mindset comes in at. Your perception. What about 30%? What do you think is 30%? Think about utilization management. What is this? Right? Application. Your application. See, it's not just about getting information, it's about the application, it's about what you're doing, applying it. Your dependability, your reliability, right? Your accountability. Think about it. If somebody is, like if you was loaning your cousin some money, you would think about if they're dependable to pay you back, right? Depending on how much money you're going to give to them, depends on if they're going to be reliable and dependable to pay you back. If you can hold them accountable, you don't have to keep following up with them, hunt them down, because you already know. It's easy for them to come ask you for the money. They got no problem asking you. But when you're ready to ask them, they act like you done asked them for their life. Hey, remember you said you was going to give me the money you got? Yo, calm down, man. Yeah, yo. But they hound you for the money. Am I making this up or what? I don't know. Maybe I'm going off in the wrong way. I don't know. Help me out here, somebody. Let me know. So dependability, reliability, this is all of your, this makes up 65% of your results. Your perception, the way that you think, the way that you see yourself. Are you actually going out there and applying the information? Are you dependable? Are you reliable? Are you accountable? This matters. When we talk about age, I want y'all to think about leverage. Leverage, right? Leverage. Okay? Your leverage is, what do you already have? See, when you talk about age is what you already have. When they say, how many years are you, or what's your age? I already have X amount of years. But guess what? It's not about the number of years that you have. It's about the number of experiences you put into your year. This is why I can come up here and I can share this, because I have put a lot of experiences into my years. This is what an intelligent person would be, right? I remember you back in the day, you used to have these kids who used to be in high school, and they used to get skipped, right? And they used to be like 13, they used to be like 12 in high school, getting skipped, right? So I want you to understand your leverage, your talent, your skill. What do you already have? Okay. When you talk about the mix, right? What's the mix? When you talk about the mix, like it's 10%, it's your relationship. Who are you mixed with? Your relationship. Who are you mixed with? What type of people? Are you around a good mix? Because if you don't have a good mix, we can't lend it. It might hurt the chances of how much we can lend out to you. Okay, cool. Same thing works when it comes to manifest. If you're not mixing around the great people, having great relationships around high-level individuals, what you're going to receive may not be high level. If you hang around 5 broke people and that's your relationship, that's a bad mix, then guess what you're going to get? You're going to get mixed up with the bad crowd. You're going to get mixed up with results that you don't want. You're going to become the 6th broke person, right? Or whatever it may be. When they talk about new, we talk about information. I know Mello is on right now. Well, I think he's on. We do got a meeting we got to get to, but I want y'all to understand this. I don't want you to be moving and shaking anymore. I was talking to my team earlier on the call. I was like, look, that moving and shaking nonsense, we're done with that. Because that sounds like we're just information junkies. All we're doing is just moving and shaking. All we're doing is just moving to this room, shaking for information in this room, and that's it. Like, we got fleas or something? What's happening here? I don't want to be moving and shaking no more. I'm done with that term. Okay? You just getting info is only 10% of the job. Like, you just coming and getting information, that's cool, but you need application. And that's only 40%. Okay? That is only 40%. So we need the mindset. right? So now that's 75%. Just that alone, just the information, the application, and the mindset alone could get you 75% of the results that you want to have. See, but now when you start to add the skill, the talent, the leverage in that, in the relationships, you now get to 100%. And now you can get a life that you couldn't even dream of. I couldn't even dream of this life that I'm having right now. Couldn't even dream of it. It only came about through the mindset, through the application, through the leverage, through the relationships, the info. And it has to be revolving. We have to constantly be doing this. So collectively, out of the three brothers, we don't invest over $250,000 when it comes to mentorship and information. And we done made way more than that because of application and mindset and leverage and relationship. So if you invest $20,000, some of y'all pay 15, some of y'all pay $30,000, but some of y'all pay 50. But guess what? You can make 10 times that by utilizing what we're saying and what we're showing you here. I know I went over time on a couple minutes. I appreciate each and every one of you. But was this helpful for you or not? Because maybe I was up here twiddling my thumbs or something, and this wasn't actually beneficial to you. But maybe this wasn't. Maybe this was totally out of like, yo, bro, it's Monday, bro. I'm just walking into this, King. Like, we didn't even get to sales or leadership, which is the number 2 skills that you need to have. Well, number 1 and number 2 skills you need to have. Sales and leadership. Like Sunshine came on, she told you straight up, she said, what we're teaching you will be the most important thing. Everybody who's successful knows this. Everybody who wants to be successful denies this. Which person do you want to be? You want to be the person that actually works on this and becomes a great leader? Because leadership affects not only your business, leadership is the glue to your business, but leadership is also the glue to your relationship. Sales is not only the backbone or the pipeline for your business, but sales is also the pipeline, the backbone for your relationship. You need to be able to sell your significant other on why they should be doing X, Y, and Z, and you need to be able to be sold on them too. You need to be able to lead as well, right? Because I know the women love to say, men is the leaders, men are the leaders, but women are leaders too. Let's stop pointing blame and deflecting on each other. Instead, let's realize that we're 2 parts of a whole. That means I'm important. That means you're important. Together, we're important. Important together, important. Anyway, that's enough for me before I keep going on. I thank and I appreciate each and every one of you for staying on and allowing me to go overtime to deliver that information. Hopefully that sparks something in your mind. So that way you can take advantage of these classes and everything that's going on. Just so you know, this goes to everybody. As you know, I'm in charge of creating this company culture, creating this environment. I want to do everybody a just due. And I want to give everybody another week. Can I give everybody another week? Additional week, an extra week inside the accelerator program? Can I give y'all an extra week? Because we didn't get to get all of the work group sessions. I know with some technical difficulties, things happen, but I want to do right by my people. And I want to give y'all extra time. So I want to also allow you, if you already did the accountability program week 1, and you already did clarity challenge, see if you could do it again. But let me share my screen real quick. I guess, let me share that real quick. My bad, Sunshine. I know I was supposed to bring you up. Let me do this. Things don't happen according to plan and go according to the vision. It's part of the vision, y'all. Don't hate me. All right. So I want to give y'all extra week. And also remember, if you do have to go by 9:30, please go. I don't want to hold you and make you miss your other meetings or other classes. By 9:30, we should have already spoken about the bulk of the information that you need, and you should be set by 9:30. Just always remember that. Don't feel like you're obligated to stick on. If you have work that you have to be on fully present, then go ahead and do that. I want to share my screen and I want to go to, let me share my screen. You could go inside the development tab, but I'd rather just show it to you. On a work group session, we'll go over this on a work group session. Every day, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, work group session every day, 1 p.m. We're gonna give you an additional week inside of our accelerator program. Why? Because I feel like we want to do the best. And last week didn't work out the best for me, and I want to make sure we give y'all everything we got. All right. But let me bring Sunshine up here with me. while I do this. Sunshine, can you come up here with us?
Absolutely, King.
So I'm gonna share the screen. And when I share this screen, I just want to go over this real fast. All right. Oh, I can't share my screen for some reason, y'all. All right, Sunshine, you can just break us down. You can take us home. But this is what I want before you do it. I want everybody to go into the luhvplus.com or the app, and I want you to join this 5-week accountability executor challenge. 5-week accountability executor challenge. For some reason, I can't share my screen. It wasn't letting me share my screen yet. It's giving me an error code. All right, so Sunshine, let's take us home, and let's not forget. Let's have everybody come off of mute at the end, snap it up, clap it up, get some good energy before we break. But if today was a great class, I want y'all to go into the groups, and I want y'all to leave a testimonial based upon what you learned. What's the biggest takeaway that you got from today? Sunshine, back to you.
Appreciate you, King. Oh my gosh, today was packed with so much information. I don't know about y'all, but I took plenty of notes. From the seat that I'm in, I'm still taking plenty of notes. Today was really about, as the King said, like the credibility of your life. And there was so many pertinent, important aspects that he broke down. I'm not going to hold us to all of it. I'm just going to stick to a couple of things real quick that I felt like was so prominent in everything that he had to say. And one of the first things was that he asked us, have you ever looked at your life and said, let me do some math? I don't know if that went over a lot of people's heads or not. I hope you was able to resonate with that. So for me, the first thing that came to mind for me is, what do I need to add to my life to create the life that I want? That's major. Like, these are major breakdowns. I then asked myself, what do I need to subtract in order to create the life that I truly desire? Don't let this, take the notes. If y'all did not catch this, please catch it. The next part of that was, what do I need to multiply to speed up the process of me getting the life that I want? You got to look at this, y'all. And then it's like, okay, what exactly or how, for me, this is what I said for me. I don't know about you, but how does my time need to be divided for me to be the most effective to create the life that I truly want? I hope y'all asked yourselves those questions, because they are absolutely essential to the life that we truly want. Be sure to track every single thing that you're doing, whether it's journaling, whether you're using your iPad, your iPhone, your Androids, whatever it is that you're using, make sure that you track everything that you're doing. So like the King said, we could know whether or not it's workable or non-workable. That's it. You need to know that. He also said to us, for us to use what we have to get where we want to be. Use what we already have. So many of us are looking for new information, but we're not showing up using what we already have. Pertinent information. If you did not write it down, please do so right now. And then, of course, he started getting all in our business, talking about most of us don't stick to our schedule, right? And so how do we expect to accomplish our goals if we not sticking to our schedule? That was a little bit personal. I told him to stop talking to me like that. It's too early in the morning for this, but that's real talk, y'all. It is absolutely essential that we definitely stick to our schedules, especially for the goals that we're setting, so that we could truly, truly accomplish them. The last thing I want to say to y'all, that is so prominent in what he said is how we need to make sure that we're operating in our present. Please don't waste or lose opportunities because you're not operating in the present. That's all I have for you today. I want y'all to go be the MVP, not just today. And y'all know it's the most valuable participant, not just today, but every day. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep doing the work. Don't stop. Q4 on its way. Foot is on the gas. Let's go, family. I need everybody to come off mute and pour into this king the way that he has poured into us. Do not forget that that work group session is coming up at 1 p.m. Do not miss anything. We don't skip steps. But we don't skip steps in the chat, y'all. Take full advantage of every single thing that you have access to. Every single last bit of it. I need y'all to come off mute and let's go. We ending this on a high note, y'all. Let's go.
Let's
Man,
go.
let's
Let's
go.
Let's go.
go.
Let's go, family. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you, everyone.
I don't like the way y'all
Hey,
sound.
let's
Get
go.
on, pick
Thank
that
you.
up. Let's
Thank you.
go.
Let's get it. Let's
It's
get
our
it.
time.
Let's
It's our
go.
time. It's our time.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. I'm proud of y'all.
Absolutely.
Go.
Nobody
Let's
gonna
get
give
our
y'all the
Monday
energy. It's gonna come from
going.
you.
Let's go,
Let's get
y'all.
it.
Get
Let's
our
get
Monday
it.
going.
Go have an
We
amazing.
love y'all.
Activate, activate, activate.
Activate. I
Love y'all.
love it.
Activate.
Let's go.